Today, I'm out raking some hay. We got this cut last Wednesday. It's Monday now. So I'm out here. This is a pivot field. And let's see, I just got started. 3 passes in. There's the rake. Taking 2 windrows and putting them into the middle, putting them together. Then it's nice for the baler to come pick up later. So anyways, we got this field to do, and then we got one right over there, and there's one up over that little hill. So we're got about like 60 acres to do today, 70, so we'll be a little bit. Okay, so now I'm up on this hill and kind of see what I haven't done and what I have. You can see the rake, the windrows way over there, and the pivot sitting there. So we're kind of getting to the more uneven part of the field. Out here it's all pretty flat. Then in the middle here there's more hills. So anyways, at least it's not terrible. So now I'm coming up on the pivot. You can see I've done the first 2 towers, almost to this 3rd one here. Pretty much am. And there's 2 more. This is a 5-tower pivot. And I have been told that the majority of the acres are on the first 2 to 3 towers of the pivot. So the fact that I am now to the 3rd tower means that I should be over halfway, even though looking out that way and then looking in this way, it feels like I might have more passes going in, but they just get so short that that's why there's more acres to the outside than the less amount of passes. So anyways, I'm rolling about 7 miles an hour, doing 2 windrows at a time. We try to cut in about 15-foot passes with the swather, so we're doing about 30 feet. So it doesn't take too long to rake. But okay, now I'm doing the ends. This is the one field we go around the ends 4 times. All the others we just go around twice. We go around 4 here because it allows us to have this done, and then we can have the spot over there to put the pivot. So we're gonna rake around the first time, and then we'll get the pivot moving up and out, and then we can rake this one here. So the ends are sometimes the most fun, because as you go along you pick up the ends of the other windrows, and if you have big windrows you can get big old piles, and sometimes it's fun to watch the big piles go into the windrow. So anyways, then we'll have this little corner to do while we're waiting for the pivot to move. So I just came back, made it all the way around, got back down here to the main pivot tower. You can see up there the windrow the pivot's on. I just went down, turned around, and came back up so that the pivot won't be on top of any of that, hopefully. So now we're just gonna head back up the outer 2 windrows and head back around. Then we'll do that corner while the pivot's moving. And then the timing should hopefully be pretty close. When I get done with that, the pivot will be pretty much out of the way. The one annoying thing about pivots is there's the pivot tracks, and you have to slow down to go through them. Though these ones have been filled, we'll put some gravel in them, and that makes them nicer. They're not as deep as they used to be, but there still is a dip. See, that one's got, you can see the blue gravel in there. Anyways, we'll make our way back to the southeast corner. Okay, I've done everything except the south side pass. It starts down, the pivot tower goes up and up that side. So this is what we're working with. Got the 6115R and then our H&S rake. So now, if you look down there, see, pivot's still in the way. So, guess we can come and see this. So each of these 5 towers is run by an electric motor. Goes back to the 2 wheels. And the way the pivot works is at each tower there's a sensor, and this tower is set to always be moving. The others will stop because you got to keep the pivot straight. So like this one is stopped, but keeps stopping. When it gets straight, and then up there, as it bends it can sense that, and then this one will turn on and it'll start going. So that one's always gonna be on. This one does quite a bit of moving. Doesn't stop very long. Then that inside one is gonna barely move at all. So anyways, that's kind of how pivot works with moving anyway. You can see the windrows aren't huge, but looks like good hay. Nice thing is, if you look down here, we're not losing any leaves. So, anyways, how about that? There's a nice spot up here, up on the pivot. I actually haven't ever done this before. Kind of fun and boring at the same time. Don't go very fast, but anyways, it's kind of fun for a couple minutes. fast as it can go. You kind of see all the windrows out there. Circles are pretty fun. I guess we'll just drive down. I think the pivot's gonna be out of the way now, so we can get back on this one and head out. It's still walking. Oh, that one ran over the windrow. But yeah, I don't think it'll have to go too much farther.